Welcome to Chip Chat Network Insights. Conversations exploring network transformation through interviews with industry experts.
Welcome to Chip Chat Network Insights. My name is Allison Klein. We're coming to you live from SDN NFV World Congress in The Hague. And I've got two guests with us. Paul Stevens, Marketing Director of Networking Communications Group at Advantech. Welcome back. And Obi Aganu, Practice Lead for Network Virtualization Systems at Worldwide Technology. Welcome to the program, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Allison. It's good to be here again.
So, Paul, since you've been on the program before, why don't you go ahead and start us off with an introduction of your role at Advantech and the role that Advantech is playing in the networking arena?
Sure. Advantech, we're designing a manufacturing white box network compute platforms based on Intel architecture. Our gear is typically deployed all the way from the edge of the network to access to core. And I'm focused really on building out our NFV ecosystem to really help facilitate that transition.
And Obi, why don't you explain your role at WWT and how it relates to what's going on at SDN NFV World Congress?
Absolutely. So I'm Obi Agonu. I lead our network virtualization systems practice at Worldwide. And my practice is within our engineering organization. So essentially what we do is we incubate new technologies. We build validated solution designs that cover the entire solution stack, right out from the infrastructure all the way up to the manual layer. And we do this by understanding what the key trends in the industry are, aligning ourselves with key OEMs and partners like Intel and Advantech, and essentially build out these validated solutions and then take them to market. And one of the things obviously we're trying to showcase here at the event is our collaboration with Intel and Advantech in demonstrating the viability of a high throughput infrastructure provided by Advantech and with a solution obviously onboarded by NetElastic as well. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is help our service provider customers accelerate their time to market once they start implementing these high performance, high throughput platforms, and at the same time help them navigate that complexity as they go through their digital transformation journey.
Now, this solution was announced by WT today. Lots of announcements coming out from Intel and Advantech and others about the innovation that the companies have been working on together. At Intel, we call this the Intel Select Solution for NFVI Forwarding Platform. Tell me about the difference of capability that's delivered with this particular configuration as we look at the performance requirements that are sought by our joint customers. Paul, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think a lot of the user plane functions are still based on proprietary hardware, and as such, they're lacking flexibility and scalability, and they're difficult to replace. And we've been looking at this for quite some time now from an NFVI perspective. I think the vBNG use case has been proven quite some time ago, but it's only today that we're beginning to reach those performance numbers with the Intel Xeon SP and an optimized architecture. It's based on a NUMA balanced PCI architecture.
Now, Obi, you've been talking to a lot of customers who are seeking this type of infrastructure. Why did WWT decide to invest here?
I think it's pretty simple for us. When it comes down to, again, this digital transformation journey, there's so many challenges that many of our customers are facing, among which how are they able to leverage these new technologies and features to deploy new services to essentially make them more agile and flexible in delivering services. And what we hear in our conversations with customers is we need some level of assistance with incubating, with testing, with validating these new applications and these new platforms before they go out into a live production environment. And that's where, we provide tremendous assistance to our customers because we help de-risk that implementation challenge, so to speak. If we can help them validate it and ensure that, these solutions can work as it should in specific lab environments, service providers are more able to innovate, are more able to be flexible and agile as they launch out these new services to their customers.
When you look at the ability for industry leaders like Advantech, WWT, and Intel to work together, I think that that's one of the best things about open industry standard innovation. Why does that benefit, Paul? You talked about a number of solutions that are still proprietary. Why does that benefit end customers so much? And what have we been able to achieve here in that particular avenue?
I think really it's the ability for us to prepare solutions that reduce really the complexity of network virtualization planning, procurement, and really the deployment of optimized workloads like high throughput data plane processing. And it's bringing those solutions to market earlier, demonstrating that the virtual BNG can make some of those performance thresholds that the industry is looking for. I think the testing we've done on the platform that we're demonstrating in the Intel booth is giving us 300 gigabits per second of throughput on a 400 gigabit capable platform, which is really good without really, let's say, tuning. And we've reached 128,000 subscribers that can be connected at that virtual BNG. So I think, that's an achievement in itself. And the way that we're working together is really to help grease the skids, as it were, on evaluation and deployment of such a solution.
Obi, what do you think is driving end customers towards deployment of virtualized solutions in this capacity? And what has limited them in the past?
I think the inherent benefits with virtualization essentially drive them to this goal. And when I say the inherent benefits, we're talking about service agility, a lower total cost of ownership, and the ability to essentially be more nimble and flexible when trying to increase their time to market or time to revenue. So to the second part of your question, I think one of the things that we do see is it takes an ecosystem to try to understand the challenges that our customers are facing, develop solutions that help address these challenges, and at the end of the day, help them within their journey as they try to move from an idea to an outcome-based implementation.
Now, Paul, this is not the first select solution that you've delivered with Advantech infrastructure. I know that you've worked with previous versions of NFVI as well as UCPE solutions. What is the benefit of working on a optimized, verified configuration in terms of delivering additional confidence to the end customer about the configuration itself?
I think it's having the capability of knowing that the platform has been pre-tested, pre-validated, and from an operator perspective, that it can run on standard high-volume Intel Xeon processor-based servers. For me, that's absolutely key. And like Obi has said, we tested configurations of leading software and system components, and it's giving to the operators the knowledge that it's been designed to deliver a consistent performance for NFVI and real network workloads.
Obviously, this is the beginning moment. There's been a lot of work up to this point, but now we have solutions in the marketplace. Where do you take it from here in terms of your engagement with customers? And what's the evaluation of solutions like in terms of engagement from a trial to an actual live implementation?
So it's a couple of things. I think fundamentally it's understanding what the underlying infrastructure should look like, obviously based on Intel Select solutions, be it for the NFVI or be it for UCPEs, for example, understanding what the different services or applications that need to run on that essential platform should look like. And then when we engage with our end customers, what we do is we understand what the specific use cases are. So for example, if it's going to be a SD-WAN type deployment or a VNF service chain type deployment on specific UCPE platforms, what we do is leverage our Advanced Technology Center to essentially incubate, validate, and ensure that when these solutions get rolled out in the field and specific service provider networks, they have that confidence that, we already tested it, we already validated, we know it'll work, so we can just focus on delivering new services, on innovation, and helping their own end customers scale as needed.
Paul, when you look at where we've been and where we're going in the networking arena, and you look ahead at 2020, what are you excited about in terms of where operators are going and where you think they are on their network transformation journey?
I think we're in really exciting times. I've seen this whole industry accelerate so much since the beginning of NFVI and really feel that we're at a tipping point. We've done a lot of work in UCPE, and actually we have some wide-scale deployments with WWT in UCPE deals, and we're extending that to the edge. But what's exciting about it really is the velocity of all of these actions, bringing the ecosystem together at a faster rate and being able to put together solutions with greater momentum. I think that we're still moving on the NFVI core side of things, but some of these new breakthroughs are really going to help to accelerate it.
That's fantastic. And Obi, when you look at your customer base, I know that you've done something even more compelling with this in terms of a test drive of this particular solution. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So fundamentally what we typically do, and it's not just for this specific use case, for other use cases that pertain to our various service provider customers, they typically want to have that sort of ability or environment where they can, like you said, test drive new solutions. So one of the things we obviously keep working on is, again, leveraging our partnership within the Intel Network Builders ecosystem, partnerships with Intel, partnerships with Advantech, and other ecosystem vendors. to build solutions that help our service provider customers be more agile, to build solutions that help our service provider customers understand that, in order to reach their end goal, be it for in terms of network flexibility or be it in terms of releasing new services in a more flexible fashion, they have a trusted partner in Worldwide Technology, and working with us essentially helps them reach that goal and leverage our advanced technology center capabilities or even our integrated center capabilities if they need to deploy at scale.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the program today. I have one final question for you. If folks want to find out about the Advantech solutions or what WWT is offering and how to take a test drive, where would you send them to engage with your teams? Paul, go first.
I think there's a couple of places to go, really. One is our website, which is www.advantech.com/NC, as in network compute. But if you want to follow what's going on today, our Twitter feed, just follow @AdvantechNCG, and you'll find our press announcements, solution briefs, and everything concerning this demonstration at the Intel booth today.
Fantastic.
And for Worldwide, you can simply visit our website, www.wwt.com. Now, I'll repeat that. It's www.wwt.com, and that contains all information required in order to reach us or even access our Advanced Technology Center capabilities.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being on the program today, guys.
Thanks for
Congratulations on this new solution. I can't wait to hear how operators start deploying this.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much
Awesome.
for having us.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Thanks, Alison.